Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Dying with Diabetes in America. I'm Michelle, your host, and I'm here by myself today. That's okay. I wanted to check back in, give you all, an update of how things are going. I've been on the Dexcom since February of this year, and I love it. I love it so much. It's so much better than everything else. And I wish it wasn't, because $370 a month for the sensors, and then another $295 every 3 months for the transmitters. It's not easily affordable, we'll put it that way. So I've been very, very lucky, and I've been able to use it since then. This is my last month that I will have it, and then I gotta beg the insurance company. You know how it is. So that's fun times. I'm making some charts to show why the Dexcom is better than like the Libre. A huge, huge reason is because the Dexcom actually alerts not just myself, but people that I allow to follow me what my blood sugar is. And that's a huge deal for those of you that are home a lot by yourselves, or, have long drive. Like you find yourself in situations that it's very important that people can see what's going on with you. And Dexcom has that. It has a really neat thing on the features on reports. It tells you how many times it reads your blood sugar. So for a normal day for me, it reads my blood sugar 3,700 times. Wow. Now, Libre too, it does have the ability to give you alarms now, which I think is great. So it'll alert you and go, hey, your blood sugar is high, or your blood sugar is low. And it's cool. But unfortunately, it doesn't give you a number, and it only alerts your receiver. You can't connect it to anything else. You can't share it with anybody else. So it's just going to alarm you, which would be fine if one of the things that happens when I'm low is that I pass out. So that's kind of a kick in the, but que sera, sera. So Libre 2 has come leaps and bounds from where the first one was. I mean, it really has. But in the long run, it's still not hitting the mark of where it needs to be, where it needs to help us. It's just, unfortunately, you try to tell insurance companies that, and they laugh at you. So I'm going to try to get some reports together and show, my really awful lows. And we're going to see where we can go from there. We're going to see if we can get them to start covering it, because I think it's bullshit that I'm having to come up with this money that I shouldn't have to. This is a health thing. This is the reason why I pay my health insurance every month. And yeah, so I don't get it. But it gets really, really hard to fight over and over and over for the same things. And knowing that with my insurance, they'll probably okay it for 3 months. And then they're going to want another prior authorization. And prior authorizations, for those of you that do not have the beaties, prior authorizations are a bitch, are mind-numbingly slow. I have to keep doing it over and over and over and over again, no matter. Because, I don't know, we magically can get healed, apparently. But that's my big rub with it. I would be okay with the Libre, which my insurance does cover, if it would just alert Josh. It doesn't do that. And because it doesn't do that, might as well be checking my blood sugar with stabbing my fingers. Like, you're not helping me in the way that I need to be helped, that I need to take care of my diabetes, and that sucks. So, I mean, again, Libre is great. The Libre is great, and for people that don't have problems with severe lows and stuff like that, or don't have them often, I think the Libre 2 is a gazillion times better than sticking your finger. In the sense that what's going to keep you safer, it's going to be the Dexcom. The Dexcom will be the reason why, and as they lovingly put it, and I think I've mentioned it before, dead in bed, where you go to bed and you feel fine because everything is fine, and then something happens to your blood sugar. And some people don't wake up from lows. It doesn't shock. I don't know. I usually wake up in a puddle of my own sweat anytime that I have a low during the night. But some people don't. And I mean, your blood sugar can go ungodly high, and that doesn't wake you up. And there are too many reasons why it's important to be connected to someone, to anyone else. And that's what the Dexcom does. It keeps you connected so that you can have some sort of sense of safety that you don't, some people don't have otherwise. Not everybody. Like, I know there's people that are out there that are like, I don't need that, blah, 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 blah. Yay for you. Really cool for you. I'm super, super happy for you. But that's not my case. And that's not a lot of the people that I have met through Dying with Diabetes in America, Dead Pancreas Society. There are so many little groups, and we just, it's harder than people want to think. And I read something super, super interesting the other day that I wanted to share, and I didn't make a copy of it because I'm stupid. But it was this beautiful thing of, how people get sick of people's sicknesses. And I don't know how many of you have felt that, but I know I've been in friendships, relationships, where people just get so tired of hearing about your illness, which, is all fine and dandy. It is. But it's not something that we can get away from. And that's a huge thing that I don't think people really understand, is you can't get away from this disease. You can't just have a great day where you don't have it. It doesn't happen. There's no remissions. There's nothing. There's no vacations. So I get that people get really tired of hearing me bitch about beaties. I get that. But to those people, or if you know those people, a great way, I think, to reframe it and to throw it back is, don't you think I get tired of being this sick? Do you think that this is a fun way that I can get out of things, is that I'm this sick? So the next time somebody says, oh my God, you're complaining about the highs or the lows or the blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I am. Because in all honesty, I would love to not feel them. I would love to not bitch about this. I would love to complain about how my half-calf macchiato, blah, 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 didn't come out right. Instead, I have to worry about, did they give me Diet Coke? Did they put Splenda in it? Because if they didn't, you die. That's what happens. It's you know, it's not like we have a whole lot of options. So just, if you have somebody, if you know somebody, if you love somebody that continually says things that make you feel like shit, yeah, just remind them we didn't do anything for this. We just pulled the short straw on DNA. So there's that. But I'm going to wrap it up. I had a very nice time sitting in front of you all tonight. I know it's been a while, and hopefully we'll get back into the rhythm of things. And I'm hoping to have some people back on to another point that I wanted to touch on. It was getting yourself an advocate. So whenever you're, say, in the hospital for whatever reason, it is super important to try to get yourself an advocate. It's important because no matter how much we trust the hospital that we're going to, the doctors that we see, you need somebody that's on your side. You need somebody that you can say, hey, my blood sugar is 400 and I'm going to die. And they'll help you run and get the nurse. Now, it might be a family member. It might be a spouse. It could be just a best friend. But it's important to have when you go into the medical setting and maybe you won't be awake, and it's nice to have somebody there who has your back, who can make sure that you're getting the best care possible for your diabetes, because sometimes it takes a back seat to whatever else is going on, and it can't. We all know that it can't. It's not something that can happen. So I'm really looking forward to hopefully having a guest on who's unfortunately had a harrowing tale about hospitals and infections and having to finally get her own advocate. And I think it'll hopefully show some of us the importance of it. As usual, be kind to yourself. Understand that not every day is going to be perfect. Okay, not every hour is going to be perfect. But it's getting better. And all we can continue to do is put up with the many, many pricks of our days and, keep being badasses. Have a great night.